there you have it. Wednesday's done, and we got this panel in. I didn't have a whole lot of time today. It was 95, 94 degrees or something with 80% humidity outside, so I wasn't tackling it at all, knowing that I was going to be underneath a welder. But it's good. It's kind of needs some more work. Obviously, some hammer and dolly work that I haven't done yet. Flatten this out. This is starting to get there, and it's just time consuming because I did have to do a little bit more welding than I wanted. I couldn't fuse weld it because when I cut all this stuff out, every time you put a tack, the metal after it warps, and it's sitting there hammer and dollying as you're going through and tacking, and it just slightly causes a slight like ripple warp all the way across it. But the good thing is we got the nice curve. It sits within like whatever this is. It sits real close, like you can just do that and it'll sit perfect. So I'm alright with it. We're gonna cut out these two pieces and I'm gonna go ahead and cap these. You're probably going, oh, I thought you were gonna do a bash bar. No, we're not, because I don't know, I think it'll take away from this and it'll look weird because the front's not gonna have a visible bash bar. It's all gonna be covered. Like the bash bar will actually just be a bumper support. So I really don't want to cover all of this up. Now as for this bottom edge, all of this will be addressed later because we're going to weld in these two pieces here, and then eventually there'll be a piece added to the back side to strengthen this whole curve. I just don't have a piece long enough and thick enough that I can bend that real slightly and put it up in there and then, you know, tack it in, because obviously it doesn't have to be fully welded in. It just needs to be tacked in, spot welded in. But we don't want to mess with any of that because this is in the way. Now this is all being cut out, the whole wheel well. Because when we finish out the trunk for the fuel cell, the trunk's actually going to sit up like right here. Because that's where the factory floor is. And we're using the factory floor essentially. We're just adding back to it. Because unlike 95% of famous YouTubers out there, we're finishing the trunk. We're finishing everything on this car. You know, so when we go to a show and we open up the trunk and take off the hood and everything else, everything looks finished. It's not that, well, we're gonna go to a show and check it out, I've got air ride, but everything's stuffed in the trunk on a piece of, like a 2x4. No, that's ridiculous. I think that's shady towards your sponsors. It's just the way I feel. They can do what they want, that's fine, I don't care. But we're gonna do some wicked stuff here. So, and this is the first, I'm kind of happy because this is the first modification to the car. Yeah, we did the fender flare, stuff like that, but this is like the first one-off, 100% unique modification that we're doing to it is this back section. Fun part though, I have no bolts for the little trim that goes here, right here. So, or nuts, sorry, and one of the bolts is ripped off on that side. So I'm probably going to go down and get some real long 10 mils and chop off those 8 mils and just weld on some 10 mils and put it up there and just redo all the mount system in it, because the holes are already wallered out and destroyed anyways, so making them just slightly larger isn't going to hurt anything. For now, we'll get kicking on the next day. Okay, so we have 3 options here. We got small, medium, and a large die. The small's a little rough. The large is impossible. I'm moving my whole bench. I can't get it far enough down to create the nice curve. And I think it's just too big anyways. But the medium though, this one right here, I did them out of order. I know I grabbed the wrong ones. But that one right there, I like it. I really do. But herein lies the problem. This panel sits up there real nice. It needs a little bit of trimming on the body. The body's a little wonky right there where there's some spot weld. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up the body, not change this, because I made sure this was nice and straight. But when you put it up there, when you get it up there, it's just, damn, that's clean. Like, you get the lower panel back into place, and you get this all where it's going to be sitting, minus this edge, because that's going to have to be body worked in when I get up to about right there welding. I'm going to start rolling it in gradually. But it's like, damn, that looks clean as hell, just being flat. But then I kind of think of, you all watch car shows on TV, I'm sure, or you go to any car show. The big thing is flat everything, like flat firewall, flat whatever, and making everything hidden. Like, for example, tucking wires or wire tucking, whatever, where they make it where it looks like the car can't even run because you can't see wires. I don't want that. So it's kind of one of those, I know this looks really clean, but the question is, should I go ahead and put the bead rolls in it? I may actually wait, or I am going to wait until I can get Marina out here to give kind of her feedback into it. And I may wait till this episode comes out to actually finish this. Because maybe, I don't know, maybe something. I don't know. I really don't. I just don't know where to go with it, because I kind of want to cut out a bunch of the firewall and not smooth it, not make it flat, but get rid of a bunch of the contours, because I can make it flat and then I can tie in the same style bead rolling into it, where my thoughts were do a long one here and then a shorter one, but start them in the same spot and then just terminate them, a few inches apart, like 4 inches apart, so it'll be staggered down to give that whole, kind of contour look. Again, I don't know. I'm at a dilemma. I'm not messing with the inside of the trunk because it will not be attached to this until we put a new floor in it. Or not a new floor. Oh yeah, we're probably going to end up cutting all but about that much of the floor out of the trunk and building our own. Because, well, this is beat to hell. Literally this trunk, and it's just wobbly, and there's so many contours and crap, plus the wheel well. So yeah, we're just going to end up, I'll just weld in a whole new floor pan. Might as well, it's not going to hurt nothing. Plus this one's getting kind of rusty along all these lines, so whatever. It really doesn't matter. I don't know. I don't know. I don't need to worry about it right now. This weekend is Marina's birthday weekend, so I don't think she'll want to work on the car. She's got plans for tomorrow and Sunday. So Saturday and Sunday I probably won't be out here. Tomorrow we're going shooting in the morning. And then something, I don't even have a clue what is planned. I'm always the last to find out. So I just drive. That's be here this time. That's all I know. So, something. have it. Another week down and one step closer. I'm liking the way this is looking. We were originally going to go with 5 and then decided that that was probably too much. There is still some work on this that I need to do. Some hammer and dolly work because it dimples the metal, because I'm not going completely flat. Like, I'm not rolling this as deep as it can go. So there's some room for the metal to warp up a little bit, and that's what it's doing. Not a problem, just a little bit of hammer and dolly work. And I'm deciding if, which is something I'll probably do, is figure out a way to get nice, to hammer and dolly the corners here to make them nice and round, as if it was pressed all the way through. I wish I had a die that wasn't so deep, like a more shallow bead, but this size, but I don't. So, and I don't like the way it looks. There's a piece of metal somewhere. The example I showed, I don't like the way it looks being completely like that far deep, because then it makes this look weird, and I didn't want this stupid deep either. So it's kind of, it is one of those things, but it's coming along really nicely. I still need to do some hammer and dolly work to this, but I'm not even messing with it yet, because hopefully next week we'll get in, we'll weld all this stuff up, and I'll probably use the MIG to do it, because learning on this metal sucks. So it's like any heat at all, and it just wants to distort. And the MIG, I can control the heat a little bit better, because I can just kind of dot it in there and then come back with the TIG when it's reinforced real well, and I can hammer and dolly it a little bit better. So we'll figure it out. We'll tackle it as we go, like we always do. So, but I'm getting excited. Like, when I step back and look at this, we had both pieces up there, and we took a step back and looked at it, and I'm like, that's perfect. You know, this will round off nicely, same as the other side, obviously. And I think it'll be real cool having this nice flat panel, because nobody does that. They use all the factory stuff. So the rust was a good opportunity, I guess, which we probably would have put this in and some custom stuff in it anyways, but it is what it is. So for this week, we are done and back on schedule and kicking ass. Next week, I will discuss a little bit of stuff that may happen with this car, drivetrain wise. So it is what it is. We're having issues, like always. For now, thank you for watching. Remember, 1,000 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. So like, comment, blah 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 on the couples therapy stuff, not any of the other DIY stuff like that. I can't say enough. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. And remember, build your own dreams. Don't buy them. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. Yeah, just build shit.